Creative nonfiction forms and types. Hi class, today we'll explore the different forms of creative nonfiction. Think of it as the art of telling true stories, but with the beauty, creativity, and style of fiction. From autobiographies to blogs, each form has its own flavor. Let's see how they work. Exploring different forms of creative nonfiction. Creative nonfiction is a broad umbrella. It includes many ways of writing about reality. You can write your own life story, share your travels, reflect on your experiences, or even use journalism, but with a creative twist. The point is, the story is true, but the way you tell it makes it come alive. Introduction to Creative Nonfiction. Creative nonfiction is a genre that uses literary styles and techniques to create factually accurate narratives. In short, facts meet creativity. Imagine mixing a news report with the style of a novel. You're still telling the truth, but you're making it engaging. For example, Anne Frank's diary isn't fiction, but it reads with the drama and depth of a storybook. That's creative nonfiction. Forms of creative nonfiction. Here are the main forms of creative nonfiction: autobiography, biography, memoir, literary journalism, personal narratives, travelogues, blogs and vlogs, testimonial. Autobiography and biography. Autobiography is a self-authored account of a person's life. It is written by the individual about themselves. Its key feature reflects the person's life journey from their own perspective, whereas biography is a story of someone's life written by someone else. The key difference is that the author is a third party, not the subject. Here's the difference: if I write my own story, that's an autobiography. If someone else writes about me, that's a biography. Think of Nelson Mandela's long walk to freedom. That's his autobiography. On the other hand, if someone writes a book about Taylor Swift's life, that's a biography. Memoir. It focuses on a specific time period or aspect of the writer's life. Difference from autobiography. More focused, doesn't cover the entire life. Themes include often emotional, dealing with personal reflections, struggles, or achievements. Memoirs are like autobiographies, but zoomed in. Instead of covering a whole life, a memoir focuses on one important chapter or theme. For example, Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings focuses on her childhood experiences. Memoirs are more emotional, more personal, and often very powerful. Next, literary journalism. Journalism that employs narrative techniques to report real-life events. Characteristics include immersion to the subject's world, deep research, interviews. Also known as narrative journalism or immersion journalism. This is journalism that reads like a novel. The facts are there, but told in a gripping way. Journalists immerse themselves in the story, interview people, and then write as if it were a drama unfolding. Imagine reading a crime report but feels like a suspense thriller. That's literary journalism. Examples: Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. Next, personal narratives. It is a short essay where the author recounts a personal experience. Its purpose is to communicate an impactful or meaningful moment in the writer's life. Key feature: personal reflections and lessons learned. A personal narrative is when you take one life event and reflect on it. Maybe it's the time you won a competition or the day you lost and learned something big. The purpose is not just to tell what happened, but to share the meaning behind it. Like, the time I failed my math exam taught me resilience. Other examples include essays on personal achievements and overcoming challenges. Next, travelogue. It is a personal account of a journey or travel experience. The key elements include descriptions of places, culture, personal experiences, impressions. The purpose is to give readers insights into the destination and inspire them to visit. Travelogues are some of the most fun. They're like postcards written with feelings. You describe the places you visit, the food you taste, and the culture you experience. For example, in Elizabeth Gilbert's Eat, Pray, Love is a travelogue about her journey through Italy, India, and Bali. And hey, your last family vacation? They could be your next travelogue. Next, reflection essay. It explores personal experiences and how they've shaped the writer's identity or thinking. Structure: introduction, body about reflection on the experience, and then conclusion. It uses often academic settings for self reflection on learning experiences. A reflection essay is all about looking inward. It's commonly used in school, like when you write about what you learned from volunteering or how a subject changed your perspective. Reflection essays don't just recount events, they show growth and deeper thinking. Next, true narratives. Telling a true story based on real life events but with a literary flair. The goal is to place personal experience within a broader theme, like learning a lesson. Its key features: real life stories with a meaningful takeaway. A true narrative is literally a story that happened, but told in a way that moves people. Anne Frank's diary is not made up, but it's written so honestly and vividly that it reads like literature. That's the magic of true narratives. They bring real experiences to life. Blogs and vlogs. Blogs are online journals or articles that express personal or professional perspectives. Types include personal, business, or niche. Example: travel blogs and fashion blogs. Whereas vlogs are video-based blogs where creators share personal stories, opinions, or experiences. Example: YouTube travel vloggers. Blogs and vlogs are the modern versions of creative nonfiction. Blogs can be travel diaries, personal reflections, or even business insights. Vlogs, like what we see on YouTube, are video travelogues, food diaries, or lifestyle stories. Think of vloggers who take you on a day in my life. That's basically a personal narrative on video. Testimonial. It is a form of literature that documents the life experience of someone, especially from marginalized groups. Purpose is to highlight social issues and raise consciousness about collective struggles. Example: Rigoberta Menchu's I, Rigoberta Menchu. Testimonial is powerful. It's when someone tells their story not just for themselves, but to highlight larger social issues. It's often the voice of the unheard. For example, in Rigoberta's Menchu's I, Rigoberta Menchu, she tells her life story as an indigenous woman, but it also raises awareness of her people's struggles. The key feature for testimonials is a first person narrative used to challenge the mainstream discourse. Some of the differences between the forms of creative nonfiction: autobiography versus memoir, entire life versus specific time or experience, literary journalism versus personal narrative, objective facts versus personal reflections, travelogue versus reflection essay, describing places versus personal experiences related to those places. This slide sums up the key differences. Autobiographies cover a whole life, memoirs focus on a slice of life, literary journalism is more fact driven, while personal narratives are more reflection driven. Travelogues describe places, while reflection essays are about the personal meaning of those experiences and places. Conclusion: from personal stories like memoirs, narratives, to factual storytelling like literary journalism, creative nonfiction allows writers to use their literary voice to tell true stories. The importance is that each form offers unique ways to share real experiences and engage readers. The beauty of creative nonfiction is this: it takes the truth and makes it shine through artful storytelling. Each form gives us a different lens, whether personal, social, or cultural. So, the next time you write about your own life or experiences, remember, you are not just telling facts, you're telling a story. That is it. Thank you for listening and see you on the next one. Bye for now.